Hi guys, welcome back to the Culted Drummer and another episode of Dining Room Drums. If this is the first time you've popped onto the channel and you like what you're watching, maybe give the old subscribe button a wee slap, and if you like the video, give us a thumbs up. That'll help us to grow the channel and move forward. Okay, Dining Room Drums. As you know, what we normally do is look at some of the miniatures and samples that I've got lying around. A little bit different for this one because it's not one that's been lying around. This is actually a sample that I've only got yesterday. The whiskey was actually only released this week. Joel managed to pick up a bottle and he's given me a wee sample of it. So a couple of weeks ago we talked about Ardnamurchan and we reviewed their second release, and this is their third release. So this is Ardnamurchan AD 042103. In sort of simple terms, the 04 is the month, so it's April, 21 is the year, and the 03 is their third release of the own make single malt from Ardnamurchan. As before with some of the Ardnamurchans, they produce it as a 50-50 mix, a 50% unpeated spirit and a 50% peated spirit. They then put that off for maturation, and off the top of my head, if I can remember right, I think it's a 35% sherry cask maturation and a 65% ex-bourbon cask maturation. They leave it to mature, as you know, a minimum of 3 years in Scotland. This has been released as a no age statement whisky, but having spoken to somebody at Ardnamurchan Distillery, I'm told it's 5 to 6 years old. So, no age statement, but we know 5 to 6 years old. What I'll do is I'll get this one in the glass and then we'll see how it plays out. Roll that one in. And we'll keep some of that for later. I'm just going to let that one settle for a little bit. Stick it there. As I said, you know, it's their third release, 5 to 6 years old. The second release we only reviewed there a few weeks ago, and it wasn't released too long ago either. Don't know what the difference is going to be between the two of them, or what the similarities are going to be between the two of them. But we'll let that one settle for a minute, and then we'll have a little sniff at it. If you haven't seen the one before, we're talking about Ardnamurchan. It's a relatively new distillery, set up in somewhere about 2014 in that region, over on the sort of west of the Highlands of Scotland, more Argyllshire. And they started distilling in 2014, 2015. They started actually distilling. They are owned by the Adelphi group, who do a lot of independent bottling before they actually started putting out their own spirits. So let's get a little sniff on this one. I'm getting a little bit of almost a I don't want to say fishy, but maybe that kind of maybe shellfish sort of thing, maybe a little bit like that. Oranges, which is quite good. On the previous one, the batch 2, I think I described it as being like orange marmalade on burnt toast or something like that. And there's definitely something there that there's an orange, zesty, citrusy hint to it. Quite fresh, clear smell to it as well. So maybe a little bit more aromatic, not perfumey or anything like that, but just something more to it. Possibly even a herby mint herb. that fresh mint you might grow in your own garden, something like that. Yep, not unpleasant as before, fresh and quite nice. Again, the salt, brininess, probably coming through from the peat, smoky, quite nutty, maybe, you know, maybe even peanuts, maybe a bit of banana bread. I like that. Definitely young. You can tell it's a young whiskey. You know, like I said, maybe 5 years, 6 years old. You can feel the peat influence on it. I don't think I said the ABV. Just have a normally with Ardnamurchan they're quite decent. 46.8. So yeah, it's again like it's got a nice bite to it in the ABV side of things. Ardnamurchan, there's no chill filtering, no colour added. You know, when we go for that, we all talk about sometimes the perfect whiskey, the perfect malt. We talk about an age, no chill filtering, no colour added, etc. Alright, it doesn't have an age stamped on the bottle, but we know how old it is. It's a decent ABV, there's no colour added, and there's no chill filtering, and to me honestly, it tastes really nice, guys. I like that. I like what Ardnamurchan are doing. I like what they're putting out. But as often is with these bottles, a lot of places have sold out of it already. I think it's between the 45 and £50. If you can get your hands on a bottle, guys, I'd advise try to get some of that. Yeah. So that's your Ardnamurchan 042103. Give it a wee try if you can get hold of it, guys. Slange.